Welcome into another edition of the Stateline Sports Reporters Podcast. I'm Cole Johnson alongside Lauren Bradford here. The sports team going at it, and you can see the picture behind us. That's Mr. Landon Knack, if you all don't know, Johnson City local, and it was a pretty big day for him on Wednesday afternoon, getting the call up to the big leagues. He made his MLB debut for the Los Angeles Dodgers, getting the start on the mound. Just hearing that, pretty special stuff, Lauren.
Oh yeah, I mean, some of my favorite videos to watch on my Twitter feed are the call-up videos where you see them get to find out they're making it to the big leagues. I mean, it's what every baseball player dreams of as they're going through the system, because the system, you know, it can be a tough little road to go through. And, you know, he's the Dodgers' number 13 prospect. That means there are so many other guys that are just waiting to get their chance as well.
Yeah, and like you said, it's such a tough road. That's why they call it the road of the show. I mean, it's not easy to get there, and that's why we wanted to kind of discuss today about his first outing after, because a couple of weeks ago we got together and talked about all of our locals in the pros, so, you know, and now he's the next one in line. So I think that was pretty special for all of us to see. We also got a chance to catch up with his former coaches here in the area, so that was pretty cool too. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but you know, first outing, not bad, Lauren. 5 innings, did struggle to start, shake the nerves off, and then he cruised for 4 innings.
I mean, that's, what can you ask for? It's your big league debut. You're going to have some nerves. I mean, you look at the Orioles, you got Jackson Holliday also in a bit of a slump. You're going to have that initial struggle. He gave up 3 hits in the first inning. One of them happened to be a home run, so doesn't really help you out there. He definitely settled in, though. I mean, third inning, fourth inning, fifth inning, all went 3 up, 3 down. You can't really ask for much more at that point. I mean, 5 quality innings. You need some run support. That's what he needed. He needed his guys to step up at the plate, and that's where he fell short there.
Yeah, and that's where it all started. You mentioned the leadoff home run. I think everyone in the building, all his family there, he had a pretty good showing of family that were there, family and friends. Probably like one of those moments like, uh-oh. But then just the way he responded, I think, is a pretty big. And something that you noted to me just before we got on here was there's a lot of guys on the Dodgers pitching order that are kind of injured right now, which could leave Knack with a chance to kind of stick around for quite a while and make his name known.
Oh yeah, you've got 6 starting pitchers for the Dodgers on that injured list, and you have, honestly, you have a couple of them that aren't making it back until next month at least. You have, I think, 4 that won't touch the field until next month. So you have that opening to really, if you prove yourself, you have a chance to really make your presence known, and I think he did that. I mean, you're pitching 5 innings, you're only giving up two runs, 4 hits. That's not a bad outing. That's about as much as they can ask for.
Not at all, and he didn't get any run support.
That's what I'm saying.
He lost 2-0, man. 2-0. That's not bad for
the Nationals.
Yeah, we'll throw that away. But either way, it was a pretty special day. And meanwhile, it was kind of unfortunate timing because with the time change, and that being at 3:10, right in the middle of the day here. It kind of disappointed some people, like those in Johnson City and ETSU, because both Science Hill and ETSU baseball both had games on Wednesday night, so they weren't able to see it live. Kind of had a.
That's when you need that record button on the TV. Let me rewind, catch the whole thing delayed.
Yeah,
but
and that's what Coach Ryan Edwards, Landon's former Science Hill head coach, did. He told us that that's what he was going to do, so hopefully he enjoyed that. But with that being said, we got to talk to both Edwards and Joe Panucci at ETSU about their time with Landon Knack and you know, the things they remember the most about him. So we're just going to hear a few words on what he meant to their program and how they knew this was coming.
Landon always had the ability to throw strikes. As we saw, he only walked 1 batter at Walter State that year. He had, maybe one walk or something with 50 strikeouts at ETSU in 25 innings or something like that, something crazy. So he always had the ability to throw strikes. He was 86 to 88 when he was a junior in high school, and he was only 16 years old. So we knew he was going to throw hard. I thought he would throw about 93, 94, and then he surpassed that, which I couldn't even believe. So it was, you know, but just, you know, the ability to repeat a delivery and have that good of an arm, you've got a chance. I'm so excited for him, and it's been quite a story for him to get to this point, considering where he was at from some injuries and didn't even pitch for a year or two, and then just picked it back up and then has worked his tail off to get to this point, and now he's dominated through the college ranks, dominated in the minor leagues, and now he's got an opportunity to go show what he's got in the big leagues.
I mean, Landon's a special kid. I think, it wasn't an easy road for him. I mean, he obviously went to Walters, developed there a little bit, and then came here and kind of developed a little bit more, and then all of a sudden, took a stride and really made it happen. Got a ton stronger in the weight room, dedicated himself to really being great. I've been fortunate enough to have, a handful of big leaguers in my career, and when he got drafted, when he did, I thought, if he stays healthy, he's a no doubt big leaguer. So it's just he's a tremendous kid, tremendous worker. Comes from a great family, and it's pretty cool that he's from here too. So it's awesome to see. It's always great for your program. Anytime you got guys in pro ball and you got guys that are make it to the big leagues, it's special for your program. I think these guys realize if they put work in, this is a place where you can advance in pro baseball and then continue to the big leagues.
So there is Coach Ryan Edwards and Joe Panucci. We'll get a little more from them in just a moment, but it is pretty cool to see and have a impact in someone's life like that, and seeing them go on to the next level, and being a coach, high school and college, that's got to be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you always appreciate those guys that are able to be such pillars in your community. You have the Johnson City Connection High School, stuck around, ended up at ETSU for college. I think something like that is so special, and I know there were kids in my hometown that people looked up to in the big leagues, and I'm sure that with him making his debut, he is also going to be someone that people definitely look up to in this community.
Yeah, and for Science Hill, actually, that's a third or fourth big leaguer that's come out of there in the last several years. And for ETSU, though, it's something different, because Landon yesterday was the first to make an MLB, be on the MLB field since 1995 of an ETSU alum, and that was Atlee Hammaker back in '95 when he finished up his career with the White Sox.
That was before I was born,
yeah,
so
me too.
Big deal.
So it's been a while, good for ETSU, like you heard Coach Panucci said. But with that, let's just, we also talked to them about their favorite memories of Landon when he was in their programs. Take a listen.
I had some really good ones, but most of them were actually hitting, because he was hurt his senior year pitching through, coming back from labrum. But I'll tell you what, his junior year, one of the most memorable was we were playing T.C. Roberson, and when he struck out the first round draft pick that they had in that game, he was a junior that year, and that was when he was about 86, 88, 16 years old, and it was an unbelievable game. He finished the game off striking that kid out for T.C. Roberson.
I have two memories. I think, one is kind of seeing the massive jump that he made from his junior year to his senior year, and how much dedication he put in the weight room, how much time he put, on certain, pitches, or kind of what he was trying to do with his fastball, that type of stuff, and see it come to, fruition was fantastic. And then, the second thing I think is just some of the outings that he had. I mean, that year was so special, like 50 punch outs and 1 walk or no walks or whatever. Even if it's 10 walks, it's crazy that he has that. But I mean, he's such a strike thrower and such a worker that, like, you could see that season just kind of was going to be something special. And I think that team was going to be special, and it's just a shame that it all kind of fell short.
All right, so pretty good stuff for the local area, Johnson City as a whole. Lauren, thanks for joining me on this, and we'll continue to follow our locals and the pros.
We got to keep up with the Major League Baseball. I love us some baseball over here over at WCYB.
Yeah, hopefully the Yankees get the best of the Orioles this year. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us here on episode 9 of the Stateline Sports Reporters. We'll have a couple of more episodes coming up throughout the weekend. Have a great one.